Sometimes, the world tries to silence voices that are too bold, too different, too raw. But once in a generation, someone comes along who refuses to be silenced. Someone who turns pain into poetry, doubt into dominance, and obstacles into opportunity. This is the story of Kanye West. A creative hurricane. A cultural revolution. A man who dared to believe, even when no one else did. Kanye Omari West was born on June 8, 1977, in Atlanta, Georgia. When he was just 3 years old, his parents divorced, and he moved with his mother to Chicago. From the very start, Kanye's life was a blend of two worlds, the urban grit of the South Side, and the intellectual warmth of his mother's love. His name wasn't a stage name, it was real. But over time, that name would evolve. The roots that shaped him. His mother, Dr. Donda West, was a college professor and chair of the English department at Chicago State University. She raised Kanye with deep values, strong self-worth, and a passion for expression. She was his biggest supporter, his protector, and his moral compass. His father, Ray West, was a former Black Panther and photojournalist, one of the first black photojournalists at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. From his father, Kanye inherited fire. From his mother, he inherited faith. Childhood and early struggles. Growing up, Kanye wasn't like the other kids. He didn't follow, he questioned. He didn't blend in, he stood out. He loved art, poetry, fashion, and sound. By age 5, he was writing poems. By 13, he wrote his first rap and begged his mom to pay for studio time. But life wasn't easy. Chicago's South Side was dangerous. Money was tight. There were bullies, doubts, and nights he cried in silence. But he always held onto a dream. To become one of the greatest artists the world had ever seen. First steps in the industry. In the 1990s, Kanye started making beats for local Chicago rappers. No big budgets. No connections. Just a keyboard and a vision. He studied the greats, Dr. Dre, RZA, Timbaland. But never copied. He created. Eventually, his soulful sampling style caught the attention of Rockefeller Records. He produced 5 tracks on Jay-Z's The Blueprint, one of the most celebrated albums in hip-hop history. Overnight, he became the producer everyone wanted. But Kanye didn't want to stay in the background. He wanted to rap. He wanted the world to hear his voice. And the industry laughed. They said he didn't look like a rapper. He wasn't hard enough. He was too different. But Kanye. He didn't care. A turning point, the accident that changed everything. In 2002, everything changed. Kanye fell asleep at the wheel and crashed his car. He shattered his jaw in 3 places. Doctors wired his mouth shut. He was told to rest. Heal. Wait. But Kanye did something insane. He recorded a song, Through the Wire, rapping with his jaw still broken. The track was raw. Emotional. Powerful. And it became his first major hit. It was more than a song, it was a declaration. You can't stop me. Rise to Fame, the albums that made him a star. In 2004, he dropped his debut album, The College Dropout. It was unlike anything the industry had heard. No gangster talk. No chains or violence. Just honesty, soul, and self-reflection. It won a Grammy. It went multi-platinum. It changed hip-hop. Then came Late Registration, 2005, where Kanye brought orchestras into rap. It was lush, bold, and brilliant. Graduation, 2007, with stadium anthems like Stronger. He went from rapper to global icon. 808s and Heartbreak, 2008, raw emotion, auto-tune, grief. After losing his mother, Kanye turned his pain into innovation. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 2010, a masterpiece. Critics and fans call it one of the greatest albums ever made. Yeezus, 2013, loud, aggressive, experimental. Kanye didn't care about approval. He pushed boundaries. Every album was a risk. And every time, it paid off. Top-earning projects. While the music shook the world, Kanye's empire was just beginning. Yeezy with Adidas. A sneaker and fashion line that redefined streetwear. Estimated value at its peak: over $1.5 billion. Sunday service. A gospel rap fusion experience, not just music, but a spiritual revival. Millions watched, streamed, and followed. The Life of Pablo, 2016. The first album to be updated live on streaming platforms. Over 250 million streams in the first week. Yeezus Tour, 2013-14. A visually groundbreaking concert tour. It grossed over $30 million. Donda, 2021. Named after his mother. It broke Apple Music and Spotify records, debuting at number 1 in over 150 countries. Kanye didn't just earn millions, he changed the rules. How success changed him. Fame didn't make Kanye quiet. It made him louder. He became a fashion designer. A creative director. A mogul. A father. A preacher. Even a presidential candidate. He bought a ranch in Wyoming. He launched his own school, Donda Academy. He pushed conversations around mental health and bipolar disorder. And through controversy, backlash, and public meltdowns, he never stopped creating. Love him or hate him, Kanye West stayed true to Kanye West. Final thoughts, the lesson behind the legend. So what do we learn from Kanye West? That greatness isn't always polished. It's messy. Wild. Unpredictable. That vision will always be misunderstood, at first. But those who stay true to it, they change the world. Kanye didn't wait for the spotlight. He created his own. He didn't ask for approval. He demanded attention. And through it all, he never stopped believing in himself. When you feel like the world doesn't see your value, remember Kanye. When they say you're too strange, too loud, too different, remember Kanye. Because success isn't for the chosen. It's for the relentless. The ones who fall, rise, and keep moving. Kanye West was never just trying to make it. He was born to break it. And build something greater in its place.